Chicken thighs are pretty much my favorite piece of the bird to cook. You get such great flavor because of the dark meat, the fat in there, and they're just nice sized. They're just these little packages of chicken goodness when you cook them separately. So what I have today are some bone-in chicken thighs we're going to be doing up out on the Weber kettle using the Vortex. We're going to season those up in a minute, but first I want to make a glaze we're going to use on these near the end of the cook because this is going to be chili honey lime chicken. Now, I've made this in the past a lot of times, and I just love the flavor combination. And the glaze starts with about a half a cup of honey. To this, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of chili crisp. Now, there's lots of different versions of this. I'm using a chili onion crisp from Trader Joe's. Next up, the juice of 1 lime. Finally, we're going to give this a good squirt of sriracha, maybe a couple teaspoons. And we're going to mix this all together, and we have to start slow because this is very thick with that honey. It's going to take a little bit to get incorporated. So just take your time to mix everything together. It'll thin out as it gets going. Coming together nicely. This also gives such a great color to the chicken when you baste it. Get a little taste here. Oh, yeah. A little bit of heat with that sweet and nice mixture of flavors. This is always a great glaze for chicken. All right, let's get a lid on this, set it aside, and season up our chicken thighs. So here are our chicken thighs. I have a dozen of them here. Nothing special about these. They're from a family pack from the grocery store that was a pretty good price, so I grabbed those. We're going to season these up with Big Papa's Desert Gold Rub. That's what I'm choosing to season them with. You could use any other rub you like or just some salt, pepper, maybe garlic powder. I'm just going to get a good coating all around these chicken thighs. And after I have the seasoning on them, both top and bottom, they're going to go in the refrigerator for probably an hour, maybe 2. It helps that skin dry out a little bit. And I didn't do any extra trimming of any of the kind of flaps of skin you might find on these. So again, this is an easy recipe for the grill. You could also do these in the oven. If you were going to do the oven, I would do them at, say, 350 to 375 until they reach the internal temperature you like. It's one of the things I love about chicken thighs is they're very forgiving. You go a little far on the temperature, a little high, they're still going to be good. You really have to incinerate them to make them not good. All right, these are going in the refrigerator, like I said, for an hour or 2. I'm probably going to shoot for 2. And when they're ready, I'll see you out at the Weber kettle. All right, the Weber kettle is lit. You just see that I had the Vortex there, and it's not full. I didn't load this all the way to the top. I don't need that super, super high heat today with this small number of chicken thighs. We're probably going to be somewhere around 400 degrees in the kettle today, but it'll be, within 10, 20 degrees of that either way. Once I get these on, I'm going to put a piece of cherry wood for a little bit of smoke, and then we will check them after 25 minutes. Some of them are pretty small, so I do want to check at an earlier time. See how the temp's doing. So let's get them on. Get our piece of cherry in here. All right, let's get the lid on and get grilling. I'll see you in 25 minutes, and that's when I'll decide if it's time to glaze. All right, we've been going 25 minutes. Let's do a temp check and see if it's time to glaze. Hey, looking nice. Take a temp check of one of these bigger ones here. And if you can see that, that's 142. So for me, that is time to glaze. It'll give it about 40 more degrees with the glaze on there. And we're moving pretty quickly because this is a nice hot fire and these aren't huge thighs. All right, let's get the lid on and we'll check these in about 10 minutes. All right, we've been going 10 minutes. Let's check these chicken thighs. Oh yeah. Let's see right here. That one is at 174. See, this one, 176. This one's at 181. All right, I'm going to give these about 2 more minutes, and then I'm going to take them off, and I will see you inside. All right, our thighs took a total of, 25 minutes plus 10 minutes plus 2 minutes, 37 minutes. And really the kettle temp was between 4 to 425 most of the time. And that's not really an accurate grate temperature because the placement of the thermometer on the Weber kettle lid is a little bit offset. It's a little higher. So it's almost kind of just above where the Vortex is. So it's probably reading a higher temperature. That was registering sometimes about 500 degrees. And just from experience, I know that grate level with the Vortex is probably about 75 degrees lower. So I think we were in that 400 to 425 range for these, and they came out looking nice. I picked a few out here just so we can dive into one and have a taste. And let's see, I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to do the old fork and knife here. I'm going to try and be a little cleaner today. Nice and juicy. That is the thing about thighs. I mean, just look at that. Here we go. Super flavor combination from that rub and the glaze we made. Again, you don't have to use that rub. You could use any rub you want, or just salt, pepper, garlic powder, or any sort of combination of spices you like on chicken, but paired with that glaze, just fantastic. Skin turned out nice, not rubbery. It's not like fried chicken crispy, but a lot of times on the kettle, if you try and do that, you're just going to burn the skin because the inside is not going to cook. So I like to aim for that bite through, not rubbery. That's why I air dry it in the refrigerator for a while. That does help. And you're hitting it with a little bit of higher heat. That doesn't hurt. And all in all, everything in this just turned out exactly the way I wanted.